Blog Talk Radio.
Hey ladies, stand up, it's the year of the woman. Stand up, it's the year of the woman. Don't take no stuff now, ladies, stand up with me. Welcome to RIB. Welcome to RIB. Welcome to RIB with the Queen and Dirty.
What's up, RIB family? This is your girl Queeness with Miss Gigi getting on my nerves before it even begins.
Hey, family, don't even worry about it. Everything is under total control here on a Friday afternoon.
Motto of today is check yourself before you try to check other people. We are RIB Radio. Check us out on the website, ribradio.com. We're so happy to be with you today. We, of course, have our, just so you know, there was a lot that went on in the past week. I mean, you had, like, the All-Stars, which unfortunately I missed.
Yes.
All-Star Weekend.
Yes.
But, you know, from the comments on Facebook, everybody was saying, oh, it's whack. So I'm like, I'm not even going to talk about it because I really didn't get to watch it that much. And our topic of the day, basically, you know, you found your love of your life, and, you know, why are you still talking to your ex, or are you still talking to your ex? And if you are talking to your ex, should you cut him off?
Okay. Okay.
So let's start with our Just So You Know segment. Miss G, do you have anything interesting?
Well, you know, as I was driving this morning, listening to Tom Joyner Morning Show, and they were talking about Scandal, the TV show with Kerry Washington, and saying that it is the most tweeted show on television.
Wow.
And like a couple million tweets every time that it's on. But the thing that was most interesting is that this was her idea. This is Kerry Washington's idea. When the show was airing, the cast is tweeting live. So
right.
You can actually talk back and forth to the cast. So because of that, the show's popularity has just, I think they said the ratings went up like 19% or something just from tweeting. So now other people are starting to tweet.
I was like, of course.
While their shows are on. Right. But it was her idea. So I thought that was, kind of interesting.
I know. I need to do better. Like I always say, every time Thursday comes, and then I look at Facebook, I'm like, oh man, I missed it again. And you know, when I do get to watch it, I enjoy it, but it's just not like on, my radar on Thursday. So
right.
I'm trying.
Because your day is Sunday and Monday for all the little.
Yeah.
Real life drama type.
Real
life drama.
Yes, I was just like such a reality TV whore, I guess as they say it. And then I'm a big sci-fi person. So,
right.
Sunday and Monday are kind of like, those are my days. And then the other days I'm like, okay, I really need to be doing some work. So I'm going to, I guess, have to forego one of my things, maybe Sunday.
Well, you can always now watch it later. The technology that we have today can always watch it later.
That's true.
At least while it's on. So that's a little tip to you, those of you and to us, that when you're doing something, make yourself available on Twitter and between live so that your followers can actually be talking to you. So there you go.
Okay.
Scandal. All right.
You only had one thing?
Well.
Okay, well, then I'll start going down.
On a local level, the mountaintop ends this weekend at the
Center Stage.
At the Center Stage. So if you haven't seen it, it's a play about the last night of Dr. Martin Luther King's life. So very interesting. Guarantee you will not be bored. But this is the last weekend for the mountaintop.
The main actress.
Yes, she was right here on RIB Radio.
So you can definitely take a look at the archives and see what's going on. It's definitely that's one of my favorites so far for the Center Stage season. Okay, so let's get into my, my reality star news because that's just what I love. So last week I was talking about that they're going to do a TLC kind of going over their life. And so I said, Little Mama was going to play the role of Lisa Leslie Lopez. And so now they came out with the rest of the team. So Keke Palmer, who was like the Killing the Bee, main actress. I loved her in that.
The little girl?
Yeah, she's 20 now.
Wow.
All grown up. She's going to be cast to play Chili. And then Drew Sidador, I think that's how you say her last name. She was the main black woman in Step Up. Step Up.
The one you were in.
Oh, gosh.
Well, you were in it.
Yeah. Well, you know who I am.
You were in it. We were so excited. We were in New York at the time it came out. We went to see it, a Step Up one on 49th Street. Yeah.
I saw my face.
Yeah.
I was so a mess. So anyway, Drew, she's going to be cast as T-Boz. So, and the screenwriter for this is Kate Leonard, and she did What's Love Got to Do with It and Set It Off. So they were both really big movies. So I'm sure this one's going to be great. So it was funny because a lot of people on Twitter, I mean, social media has given everybody an opinion, unfortunately, sometimes. And they were talking about how they don't know if she'd be able to play it. So, Keke Palmer had this whole paragraph basically, I don't want to say nicely cussing people out. My favorite part of her whole rant was, she said, I shouldn't play the part because my baby hair isn't the perfect texture. Good night, Twitter. Good night. So that was my favorite part.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So it was like, come on now. That's why it's called acting. As long as these people portray the mannerisms of the people.
How about this?
Okay.
I hope that wasn't some African-American female making a tweet like that, where she's got hair glued in or sewed in, somebody else's hair going down her back, wavy, curly, whatever you want, you can buy it off the shelf now. And going to talk about somebody else's hair. Who wears their hair? I know we wear our real hair, but hey, women of today have choices. So that would be, the pot calling the kettle black. If you got all this hair sewed up, sewed up in your hair, wearing a wig, and then talk about somebody else's hair texture. What about yours? What about yours?
So, of course, my girl, Miss USA, don't get it twisted. Kenya Moore is serious about coming out with her little Stallion Booty workout. So it's slated for March 5th. So that's right around the corner. And she's calling it the Kenya Moore Booty Boot Camp. So I'm like, oh, Lord. So, now I guess you have to buy each one and do. I'm like, yeah, the problem is you actually have to do the work that's going on in the exercise videos. That's my problem. But anyway.
I thought just good old-fashioned walking.
Okay. I still don't even do that.
I'm just saying, but it's great for the buttocks. So
I need to do better anyway. So, congratulations are in order to Amber Rose and Wiz Khalifa on their bundle of joy.
Oh, okay.
They named him Sebastian, and, his nickname is Bad.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, so, they're all happy, of course, and, congratulations to the new parents. I want to give a big shout-out to my brother, Jody Jones. This is his birthday today. He just turned the big 2-4. So my little baby's growing up. So anyway, he's not a celebrity, but he's my celebrity, so I can talk about him.
Of course he's a celebrity. He's my baby.
Oh, okay. So, Fantasia, she just showed her new album cover.
Yeah. She's
having the album coming out soon, so definitely be on the lookout for that. Now, of course, if you watch Housewives of Atlanta, Candy was getting her church on
right.
Sunday.
Our gospel singing.
Right, talking about I Stay Prayed Up. And the song ended up being #1 on iTunes when she first brought it out.
What's that?
So, I was impressed. Because I said, okay, I was shocked. I've never purchased one thing off iTunes. So I'm always shocked that when people be like, going to iTunes, picking up something. So I never even bought anything. So that shows me, I'm just like so.
I wonder how many you have to sell in order to be #1. I have to look that up. What does that mean?
I know.
Well,
it sounds impressive anyway.
Well, it probably is impressive in terms of numbers when you have a worldwide audience. So.
Yeah. Now I was with her. I just was surprised that she brought it out as a single because she was like, this is kind of like the last song I'm going to use on my album. So I'm like, well, you brought it out as a single.
Wow.
So I was kind of surprised at that, and then she had the nerve to have, like, on her picture, she had on some leopard gloves. I said, oh, she got a real church lady in this picture, Miss Candy. I'm going to leave you alone on that.
From candy toys to candy in church. All right, I tell you.
The peppermint in church and home and World's original.
I said, okay, from one extreme to the next.
Yes, so obviously it does pay to be a child of a star because the son of late Michael Jackson, Prince Michael Jackson has landed a TV gig, and he will be a correspondent on Entertainment Tonight. So he would be doing interviews with directors and actors.
Okay, I saw that. And I looked at it and I said, he has a Jackson nose. I mean, the real nose, not the one that, the manufactured nose. But he has the original Jackson nose. Okay. Now, what he's going to keep it or not, it means to be seen.
Well, it doesn't matter anymore. Like at this point, your name is Prince Michael Jackson. Okay. Just because you're his son, they asked you to do this. You know what I mean? And you're 16. And like
I said, because there was a girl who said that she wanted to go into acting, to the acting business. So this was kind of an interesting table. We'll be watching the Jacksons. So
Clive Davis came out with his, book and said, of course, he had to chat about Whitney Houston, and then the last few pages talking about how he was, bisexual, and I think he's talking to a man still.
What?
That's a surprise to you? I mean, it was like, when I looked at him, he already was kind of like,
Oh, well, it's his business, but okay.
I mean, it's his business. You could, really, kept to his business for real. I mean, at this point, I feel like, does it matter anymore? I mean, it's just like, Are you doing it for kids that to feel confident about themselves? Like, I wonder how, at first, everybody kind of came out and said,
I have an announcement to make.
I have an announcement. I'm bisexual. I'm a lesbian. I'm gay. And at this point, I'm like, okay, I think it's kind of accept it now.
Well,
I don't go out and say I'm heterosexual. I'm strictly it's
just be about your life. Just be about your life. You don't have to make an announcement. I have an announcement to make.
What?
Since everybody's coming out the closet. I'm heterosexual.
You know what? And you're fired. So I have a big thing. This is the year of getting stuff done, and we're gonna get it's done in 2013.
Okay.
And so they did research, and they said, it's a great thing that you're writing to-do lists. But there's two problems with your to-do list. The first is that we don't get specific enough about what exactly needs to happen. And the second one is that we miss opportunities to take action. So they said there's good news, and if you do this, you can reach your goal by a likelihood by 200 and 300%. It is called the if-then planning. So, it's kind of like, if I do this, then I will do this. So, for example, when it's 3 p.m. today, I'll stop whatever I'm doing and work on that project. Or if it's Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, then I go back to the gym before work.
Okay.
So put your plan in motion. They said studies have shown this kind of planning will help your brain to detect and seize opportunities. So we're going to get it done in 2013.
All right. Well, I was reading a little short article on Yahoo today, talk about the hairstyles that men find sexy on women. And it seems to be a trend here of big hair. They like wavy hair. They like curly hair. They like hair that looks like it's a bedhead, their little look of just being tousled, and, it's a turn-on for men. And they are liking also short hair. So, of course, we had two definitions of short hair. What Caucasians consider short hair, we consider medium-length hair. But in any event, just keep it in mind, big is in, volume, shine, curls, waves, blah, 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 blah.
I don't care what he thinks. One, I'm doing something that I can take care of, that I pay for, that maybe he starts paying for, he got the little say in it. And, of course, you want to make your man happy, but at least I appreciate the low maintenance if your hair is already curly.
Well, you know what, that was the key terminology was low maintenance. They continue like hair that looks like it's low maintenance. So that was the common thread. So interesting that you should say that. So anyway.
Because we're women, we got too much stuff to do. We got 100 things on the plate and got 2 minutes to finish it. Ow! Okay, so let's get into our topic of the day. So, your love. Do you still talk to your ex?
Well, there's a lot of ways to look at this. So I don't think there is an absolute yes or no answer, because I think there are a lot of what ifs in between, and then depending on what your what ifs are, then you can make a decision from there. And you have to also ask yourself before you even begin to answer the question, I think, how will you feel if the person that you're in love with still has a relationship or ongoing friendship with the last girl or with someone that's special to him while he's talking to you. So you need to be thinking about that while we're going through this conversation. And I think the other thing is, I think you have to define up front, what kind of relationship was it? You know, because every relationship isn't special. Some are just relationships. But we're talking about if we're talking about a relationship that was very special, you were very much in love with each other, wasn't it one-sided thing, and, you know, so, my hand's up in the air while I'm talking.
Yes, like they hit me upside my head.
So, but I say that, you know, but I would also say be cautious.
Oh, so that's how you finish it. Well, you know, I am definitely not the biggest advocate of being friends with exes. I mean, I don't think I even have a good reason to explain it other than what we're about to list. But, you know, to me, it's just like, for the most part, to me, it's a waste of time. Why do I want to talk to you?
Right.
I really don't want to play even fake on this phone with you. I really don't care what you're doing, who you're doing it with. If I see you out in the street, I can be cordial. Hey, how you doing? But don't text me, don't call me, don't even really Facebook me, don't tweet me, don't link me in. Like, I'm just not that interested. Like, maybe we can be friends on all these social media websites, but you don't have to check up on me once a year just to say hello. I'm cool. If you want to see how I'm doing, just look at my timeline.
So are you talking about a relationship that was just so-so, or are you talking about a relationship that you were deeply in it? I mean, it was a real relationship and the passion was real, or it's just one of those where we talked and it was all right. But
well, those are definitely easy to just throw away. You know, but the ones that you really do care about, I think it depends on, I think, everybody's maturity level. Do I believe that some people really can be friends and be exes? Yes. But sometimes I feel like that needs to be saved for people that you really were in love with.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
And then both of y'all really understand that I love our friendship so much that I still want you in my life. Because I hate when some people keep on talking to countless of many people. Like, I can't stand when people that I used to talk to still text me. I'd be like, it's time for me to change my phone. That annoys the heck out of me because we have nothing to talk about. And 9 times out of 10, they're just trying to talk to see, 1, if I'm still single, 2, if they still going to date, or 3, trying to see if there's still cookies left in the jar. I'm not interested.
Well, how about the perspective of, I think also you need to take into account whether you are the dumpee or the dumper. I think if you are the dumper, it's probably easier for you because you really don't, you've already
had full court advantage.
Right, and you've already signaled that you're just not into that person that much.
And most times the dumpee has already kind of been dumping you for the past few months, but you just didn't know it. You know what I mean?
You mean the dumper?
Yeah, the dumper has been dumping you for the past 3 months. So they have already come to realization that it is over. They have just been slowly getting themselves ready to dump you.
Right.
You know, and I think you definitely have to take time off before you can come back and be friends. Because of course there's pain. So I definitely believe that, you need to take, I think, a good 6 months off from not talking to that person. And then maybe you can, but I think the first meeting, maybe we meet and we just happen to meet somewhere. Like, I still don't think.
So your thing is, you don't think that you could really be friends with an ex and someone that you had a serious relationship with?
Not immediately.
Not immediately. Well, of course, it's the wound is still open. If you really have any sincere feelings for someone, those feelings just don't go away overnight.
Of course. And it said, according to a 2004 NBC.com poll, 48% of people surveyed said they stayed friends with their ex after a breakup. Well, 80% said they tried to, but it didn't work out. So most people are staying friends with their ex. And according to Your Tango, 71% of people surveyed admitted that they thought about their ex too much. And more than 57% of singles said that they are thinking about their ex prevents them from finding a new love.
Oh,
So
they gotta let go.
It's a double-edged sword.
You got, if you want your ex like that, that sounds like the person who is the dumpee. They got dumped. If you're still mooning over your last relationship and you haven't cut that person loose emotionally, then that's the person who probably got dumped.
Well, yeah. Well, most time, even I was reading this, they said most time men and women are friends when the man has done the dumping, not when the woman has done the dumping.
Oh, okay. So it's the woman that basically that keeps that door open. So if the woman is dumped, then she still manages to keep the door open. And, that's, well, I know in my life, I don't know if that's true. And I have to go back a few years to think about it. But I always try to end relationships on a positive note. I used to try to make sure that he was better positioned after the relationship than what he was before, so that he would not harbor such ill feelings towards me.
Oh, yeah. So basically you get them in a position, they be like, forget you, I don't need you anyway. You helped me to get in college. Now I'm about to get that engineering degree. Forget you. I'm on the come up. Yeah. When I'm making $1 million, then you going to be feeling all bad. You sitting there like, no, because now I'm going to cuss you out.
No, I'm just saying I wanted them to, it was very mindful of other people's feelings, and very mindful.
Well, that's nice to be.
But that was a way to end it on a high note, but not ever expecting to having to talk to them ever again in life, quite honestly. Now, there are some people, however, that the relationship was very authentic, and, there will always be a level of friendship there because we didn't do that much damage to each other, and the relationship just kind of ended because we grew apart. Maybe we moved apart or something happened, there was some distance. But nothing really, we never said it's over, I'm done with you, I hate your guts. I mean, nothing like that. So it was never an ending to it. It just happened. We went our separate ways. It wasn't an announcement. But because it was an authentic relationship, then we still have a real respect for each other, if that makes any sense. But do I want to have ongoing conversations with them? No. And you have to also step. The other part of this situation is, suppose you're involved with someone else, and how will that person feel about you talking to one of your exes? But that's where
that's just my best friend.
Well, but that's where the trust comes in as well, but you have to be mindful of that. So. That you have to figure out yourself, depending on how this person that you're currently with can handle it. Then you need to seriously think about that. Do you want to jeopardize your current relationship because you can't get away from your past relationship?
Right. Well, I think if you're definitely in a relationship, there's really I was online and there was 3 things that really stuck out to me when I was looking at suggestions of what you really need to do. And the first one, they said, build a different dynamic. And they're like, this extends to your body language. They said, women, we can always look at 2 people and say, they used to sleep together. Just by their body language. And so it's like, as women, we have to be mindful of that. And I know sometimes I get so mad when a man, you observe a woman trying to basically be upstanding and be sophisticated, and then you can obviously tell that this man beside her, that she's trying to, be all sophisticated to have slept with her because he's acting like a big butthole and all over her and all this. And it's so disgusting. You just want to punch him in the face. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. He's trying to let the world know that I've had her.
Yes, and it's so disgusting. You just want to punch him in his face. So, it's like, so you have to watch yourself but also understand that you can't control other people's actions. So, all you can do is worry about yourself. At least build that dynamic so that, your current love of your life would not think anything twice, at least on your side.
Right.
And then it's just like, really, I think trust issues arise when you might be talking too much to an ex.
Mm-hmm.
So, they just said, try to keep that stuff, your relationship, out of your friendship with your ex. I mean, even though they are friends, you don't want to be like, oh, he's the best I ever had, or when we're having trouble, you talk to them. Like, because, some people say their exes are their best friends.
Oh.
And with your best friend, these are the conversations you have. And they're saying, as much as you like the best friend term, sometimes that's not what you want to talk to your ex about. Say that for a girlfriend.
Don't be confiding in your ex. And
at the end of the day, I'm sorry, men are just jealous of your ex. Because the whole thing they're thinking, I had to compete. I had to wine you, dine you in order to get you here, to get you in this relationship. So I still have to compete with another man that really had you, even though we're in a committed relationship. And I've never thought about it like that, but I said, you know what?
The competition plus, if it was a serious relationship, there was some chemistry there. There was some passion there. So there was something there that kept the two of you together. So I think, I think any human being in their right mind, it doesn't matter which gender, would be kind of concerned about that person, coming back, a person who you once had some serious, deep feelings for, had maybe, unless the passion was never there, and there was never a passion relationship, you don't have to worry about it. But if the passion was there, if the chemistry was there, will it ever be rekindled? So I
can get mixed messages too.
I understand. I'm through with you. I'm through with you. Period. I don't care. You could put us alone in a room with a honeymoon suite. I don't even care where you put. When I'm through with you, I'm through with you. Just like that. Okay. Doesn't mean we still can't talk. Doesn't mean we still can't be friends. But it's in a physical sense, I'm through with you. Period. Hey, there you go.
Okay, well, for other people that are not like you, please do not meet this person for drinks at night. True. Don't drunk text people.
Oh, my God.
Or drunk Facebook people.
Oh, my gosh.
Even though you're not supposed to do this anyway, let this just be the reminder.
Oh, my God.
Because you're going to send off mixed messages, especially if you're even too nice to people. You know how people are like, oh, she's being so nice to me. She must, want me back. And some people feel like, oh, well, I'm going to be friends just to keep her in the pocket. So, I'm going to let her do her little thing. I'm going to let him do his little thing. And with the hope that we might get back together. Maybe we're too young. Maybe one person is immature, and you're hoping that they'll grow up and be back. And so that's why you choose to be in their life.
Well,
that's a bad way, I think, too.
I think, there's a whole separate category, I feel, for real first love relationships. But, we've talked about first love. I think there's a whole separate category for that. But you could also be involved in very serious relationships as well. So maybe we'll talk about that.
And you know what you're talking about. You just blabbing.
Well, you have to know yourself, Aquinas, and what you can handle. And I just offer a word of caution when you look back at any relationship and still try to you to really be in it anymore. I mean, what's the reason? If there's no real reason, then let it go. But it doesn't mean you can't talk. If you see each other, you move on, and you can always have some thoughts about them. One article was talking about you can visualize. You remember everything about this person that's very intimate, and every time you see them, those feelings, they get rekindled. So I'm just saying, be cautious.
Well, my word of advice, they are ex for a reason. In life, you're supposed to always look in front of you and never in the rear view mirror. sometimes a few years even in my case.
Okay.
Not like a few years, but you have to do what makes you happy. So, RB family, we love you so much. Have a great weekend. This is your girl, Queeness.
Beware those old flames. This is your girl Gigi, and we are RIB Radio.
Made from a man, but built by women.
Hey ladies, stand up, it's the year of the woman. Stand up, it's the year of the woman. Don't take no stuff now, ladies, stand up with me. Welcome to RIB. Welcome to RIB. Welcome to RIB with the Queeness and Gigi.